that we have successfully completed 10 weeks of the pantry challenge, we get to go grocery shopping. Yay! I actually miss grocery shopping. But here's the deal. Although I do have a list of things that I've used up that I need to repurchase, like avocado oil, carrots, brown sugar. I don't even remember what else is on the list, but I do have a list. I am not going grocery shopping with that list just yet, and here's why. I will make it to the grocery store this week with that list, or I'll do a pickup order. I know everyone, pickup orders or the big rave because they save you so much time and you don't have to be tempted by everything else that you see, and pickup orders are great, and I may do a pickup order at the very end of this, but I will not do a pickup order, or I will not do a grocery list, a traditional grocery shopping at the beginning of this week. And here's why. Because you can save so much more money by doing it in reverse. So first, we're gonna play a game. We are gonna play hide and go seek this week. I'm gonna make up for not being in the stores, and I am gonna shoot in and out of the stores as many as I can all week with one mission: 50 to 90% off clearance markdown. That's it. Like, as many times as I can. This does not take a lot of time. It takes 3 to 10 minutes per store, including time to check out, and I do not make a special trip for this. So if I am passing that store on my way home, that's when I'm going to stop. Sometimes 2 stores are right next to each other, so I might go into 2 or 3. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to go into, but here's the stores that I'm going to go into. 2 Krogers, at least 2, maybe more. Aldi, Walmart, Dollar Tree, Bargain Hunt, and the Salvage Discount Grocery Store. So I don't even know how many stores that is, but however many that is, that's the ones that I'm going to pass by. That's the ones that I'm going to go into. We're going to head into those stores with a mission. We're going to play hide and seek. Now, this is not a time to grocery shop. This is a time to find the clearance. We are a hunting and foraging family. My husband and my boys hunt and fish outdoors. I hunt and fish indoors in the grocery stores in general. Here's the goal. Find things 50 to 90% off today in 2024, if that's even possible. It's going to be interesting to see what I find because I haven't done this since the beginning of the year, and see what I can find, bring it home, and then we're going to reverse meal plan. And then if I'm missing anything that I need to make meals out of what I already have in my pantry, freezer, and fridge, and what I pick up this week when I'm not really grocery shopping, then I will go through and see what else I need, and I'll add that to my grocery list. Then I'll make one trip for traditional grocery stop towards the end of this week. So here's the deal with markdowns, with closeouts. They change every day. Now here's my experience since I've been living here in Tennessee. I have gone to stores that are all different days of the week, all different times of the day. I do not know specific employees that work in different departments, although that is a great idea and that is a tip. I just haven't happened to see any to introduce myself or to get to know them. But if you do, if you have the opportunity to meet any employees or to get to know any of that information, that's great, helpful information. But from my personal experience here in Tennessee is every day there's new stuff that gets marked down. All departments mark stuff down at all different times, all different days. So it's a hit or miss. You're not guaranteed to get anything, and sometimes you'll get a bunch. Some of the helpful tips: only pick up things that you know your family will eat or you think your family will really enjoy if it's something that you've never tried before. I've learned from experience, stay away from the stuff that you know you're not going to eat. Then you defeat the purpose of saving money. Don't ask me how I know. Okay, next, go often. The more often you can go, now you have to be laser focused and you can't be preoccupied by all the other aisles and everything else. But if you know you have a mission and you stick to your mission, and that is, I'm hitting all of the clearance spots, I'm hitting all of the markdown spots, and I want to see if there's anything marked down 50 to 90% off that I can use, then it's a steal. We want the steals. The more often you go, the better chance you have of getting more things that you can use. Now that means I have to be flexible. I can't go into the store with a traditional grocery list and say I want this, this, and this, because that might not be what I have to choose from. But if you do this consistently, as often as possible, you will build up a usable working pantry / freezer in no time. That's what I did last year. And because I did that all year, we were able to eat for 10 weeks, only supplementing $36 to fill in the gaps for what we needed. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Well, let's see. Let's see if it's possible this year. So I'm excited. Here we go. Is it possible? We're going to see what we can find in 2024. Is it possible if you have an empty empty fridge, an empty freezer, and an empty pantry. Okay, so you saw my pantry shelf that I emptied, the one that I wanted to go through, and you saw the freezer inside the house that's empty. Now the freezer's empty, and you saw the fridge. The opportunity to wipe down. So what if that's all I had to work with? Would it be possible to feed my family for a reasonable price this year in 2024 going forward when I have nothing? You know, someone told me, yeah, it's easy to feed your family for $37 for 10 weeks if you have everything you need. And I thought about it and I thought, hey, you're right, that's true. Is it possible to feed my family going forward when I'm starting with nothing? Well, I know it is. I did it when we moved here. We had nothing. And I want to see, is it possible to do it again this year in 2024? Let's find out together. Time to go find some clearance. I'm gonna go through this real quick because I need to get this cold stuff in the freezer, but here we go. We have 2 packs of flour tortillas for $1.03 a piece. We have Stone Sour Nan original bread. This is a family size 6-pack. It was $2.95, but it had a $1 coupon, so it was really $1.95. And the same with this one. This is a 4-pack pizza crust. And it also had a $1 coupon and it was $2.51, so I paid $1.51 for these. These bread loaves were 80 cents a piece and I got 2 of those. The King's Hawaiian honey wheat rolls was $1.92 and I got 2 of those. The pizza sauce came from Bargain Hunt and it was 50 cents a piece and I got 4 of those. The linguine came from the discount or the salvage grocery store and it was 39 cents and I got 2 of those. The Primal ketchup was $1. It also came from this store. This came from Bargain Hunt and it was $1. This pesto with basil sauce was 50 cents and I got 2 of those. $2.07 for a pound of mushrooms. $2.99 for a bag of mozzarella string cheese. $2.70 for pepperoni and $2.22 for uncured pepperoni. 76 cents for bologna. 49 cents for chipotle sauce and I got 2 of those. This is Cajun style breakfast sausage, $1.80 and I got 2 of those at Kroger. $1.92 for the lemon flavored almonds at Kroger and $1.89 for the grass-fed beef jerky. The chicken was 50% off at Aldi and I got 2 for $5.79 and I got 2 for $6.05. So I paid half of that. So I paid $5.79 for both of these and $6.05 for both of those. And then the pork roast was $4.05 and $4.26. And then the bison roast was $6.75 and $6.75. And then this time I got teriyaki pork tenderloin for $3.15. I got 2 of those. I'm gonna mispronounce this, I'm sorry. Chorizo was $2.40. I got these at the salvage grocery store for 25 cents a piece. This Instapot teriyaki chicken. And I thought to go with that, I got 2 cans of crushed pineapple for $1.12 a piece. I got the coconut oil from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. I got the Nut Pods pumpkin spice. It doesn't expire until June of 2024. So it's still good, it's out of season. That's why it was marked down at the salvage store, but I got that for 50 cents. I got this for $1.75 at Walmart. Coconut and avocado oil blend. Orange sauce, $1.80 at Kroger. Blue agave syrup, $2.79 at Kroger. And then this was $1. This is macadamia nut, unsweetened vanilla, and almond milk. This was $1 at Bargain Hunt. So I got those. And then I got milk for $1.99. Oh, I forgot about all this stuff. I got 5 packs of this bacon cheese breakfast bowl. Got 5 of those for something different. Bulgur wheat, $1.25. And then I got this 100% pineapple and mango juice marked down to $1.80. And I got this to sweeten quick cook still cut oats if you don't have sweeteners. And then I got almond butter for $1.79, natural peanut butter for $1.99, pancake mix complete all-in-one $1.25, some penne pasta 75 cents, some gratin potatoes 50 cents, and then a couple of things of mayo for 59 cents a piece, the pesto, and then the garlic aioli, and then this was $1, the Caribbean jerk marinade. So this is enough to feed my family for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 weeks. And we are a family of 5. So the total was, what was the total you said? $112.24 for all of this. Now, I have not gone to the store with my grocery list, my basic needs yet, but if I didn't go to the store for anything else, we would happily eat very well for pennies. This is not beans and rice. It's just a different way of shopping. It's reverse shopping. Instead of going into the store with a list, You go to the store and you get everything that's on clearance, and then you come home and then you make a meal plan out of what you find. That's how you save lots and lots of money. So go try it. This is the stuff that I picked up on my grocery list. It's either things that I needed to replenish from what we used during the pantry challenge, like the avocado oil and the brown sugar that I picked up at Sam's. The avocado oil was $9.69, and the brown sugar for 7 pounds was $6.47, so almost $1 a pound. I think I'm gonna look into trying to buy that in a bigger bulk along with coconut sugar. I usually get my coconut sugar at Sam's. They were out, so I did not pick up any today, but I do need more coconut sugar. I just have a little bit left, and that's to replenish things that we use. Now this is just stuff that we've been missing that I was not able to pick up on clearance. Got my son to pick these things up for me at Walmart. Heavy whipping cream, a spring mix for me to mix with turnip greens, onions, oranges, carrots, and bananas. Now this was a total of $20, and the heavy whipping cream was $5.67 of that. $2.97 for the spring mix, $2.64 for the onions, $4.98 for the oranges, $2.14 for the carrots, and the bananas were $1.51. So $37 is what I spent for this, and this is about what I had gotten for my 1 month into the challenge when I bought this stuff. I did not need the avocado oil and the brown sugar. Instead, I had picked up those buffalo wings that were on clearance and a couple of other things, but basically this is it. And so even though technically the pantry challenge is over, this is pretty much all we need besides the new stuff that I picked up on clearance. Now the new stuff that I picked up on clearance, I have cheese for the pizzas, and I don't need any vegetables to go with those meals. If you don't have anything at all and you needed some of those things, then you can spend a little bit more. Let's start with the old inventory that's been used up. Everything that's been used up has been scratched off. Everything that was left was highlighted. I wanted to transfer the highlighted inventory to the new inventory. So I just used some scissors and cut out the highlighted sections and then taped them to the new inventory. It was easier and quicker for me than rewriting it all. You do whatever works for you. So last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever we made a very flexible menu, I just sat down with a Post-it note and I wrote down a bunch of different things with the stores, and I came up with meals that way. This time we're going to do it differently. The reason I'm doing it this way is to show you I can feed my family for 2 weeks based on only what we picked up and we found recently, and that's to show you that if you're starting from zero, this can still be done and you can still eat really well. Okay, moving over to the menu. The reason I did the menu a little bit differently is because I want to cook less in the next 2 weeks. I just want to show you another way if you're short on time and you can't cook every day, or some people don't like to cook every day. This is another great way to meal plan. And the way I did it is everything that I bought double of, because I did this meal plan for 2 weeks, I put the store. So if I see the store, that means I know that I'm going to cook double and I'm going to freeze one. So that means I'll be cooking this week, but the next week I'm only cooking 1 day and not 7 days. And the reason I start with dinners is because whatever we have left over for dinner, I meal prep for lunch for us for the next day. And if we don't have leftovers, then we pull from our freezer leftovers, and that's what we eat for lunch. So dinner's the most important to me because it feeds us twice. So that's why I started with that. And I started with all the different types of meat. So we have Instant Pot teriyaki chicken, pepperoni pizza. Now I did say for the pepperoni pizza, I want to use the crust from the freezer, not the non bread. I want to take that bread and put it in the freezer, so that way I'm using the older one that I want to use up. Pork tenderloin in the Instapot with sweet potatoes. Now sweet potatoes is something that I already had. The pork we're going to have with onions, peppers, and flour tortillas. Now this can be made in the crock pot or the Instapot. The bison roast is going to be rice and gravy because we are missing rice and gravy. The chicken and pasta we're going to have with linguine and the basil and pesto sauce. And all of these meals I'm going to cook double what I would typically cook, and then I will put one in the freezer. So I'm not putting a day on the week for this because I still want some flexibility, but let's just say I do the bison roast on Tuesday. Well, then I will take one and I will put the second one in the freezer, so that way next week, whenever I want to be working in the yard in the afternoon instead of cooking, I can just pull out all of these meals and we will have eaten it, but not 2 days in a row. So we might eat the bison roast on Tuesday this week, and then we might eat it on Thursday again the next week. But either way, it gives us enough meals to feed our family for the next 2 weeks. So we will eat this once a week, and then we'll repeat and eat it again next week, but I won't have to cook it next week. Now, the two things that I don't have enough of to make enough for this week and next week is week 1, we're gonna have chili with the bulgur wheat, and I'm gonna make cornbread. And then week 2, we're gonna have sliders made with the bologna and the flavored mayo and cheese. Now, moving on to breakfast, it's the same thing. You can cook double and freeze one, or if it's just peanut butter toast or almond butter toast and you don't want to freeze that, you don't have to. But we have enough of this to either cook one, eat once, and then freeze a meal. So we're gonna have oatmeal made in the crock pot, and we're gonna make it with the pineapple mango juice. And then we're gonna have chia seed pudding with coconut cream and macadamia nut milk. We're gonna have peanut butter toast and almond butter toast. We're gonna have Cajun breakfast with sausage and eggs. Now, we do have access to fresh farm eggs because we have chickens. Fruit smoothies, we're gonna use turnip greens, nut milks, peanut butter, almond butter, and a little bit of frozen fruit that I do have. But you don't have to put the fruit. You could just do the nut butters, and this would still make a wonderful, nutritious smoothie. And then I have the puff pastry left over from the pantry challenge that I really want to use up. So in this case, I am gonna make homemade Pop-Tarts and toaster strudels. I'm gonna make one sweet and one savory. We'll have one week and one the other week. Now, if I did not have this puff pastry and I did not have eggs, then you can spend a little more and you can get those things, or you could improvise. You can have sausage and you could do the pancake mix instead, sausage and pancake mix, and it wouldn't take all of the pancake mix because you're not eating just pancake. And that pancake mix doesn't require anything except water, and it's not even on our list. We're not even using it, but it's another option. Plus, there's enough bread and enough butter where you can do that again if you were eating every single meal at home. So this is enough food to feed 5, and we are 5 adults. Now, the key to this and staying satiated is eating a lot of nutrient dense food. There's not a lot of junk food in here. It's a lot of real food, and that's how you can save the most money. This gives you enough to feed your family for like $147 or $48. That's amazing today in 2024. That's almost unheard of. And you can cook this week and take next week off and only cook one day next week. How amazing is that?